Welcome to this, our final episode. Can't believe we've come to the end of the Bamboo Experience podcast featuring Mr. Steve Andrews, the wellness and massage guru. We are so honored to have him to discuss a very important topic in this wellness space, that of training. So, Steve, you have been doing training for many, many years. Do you cater to beginners as well or only to the professionals?
What I do, of course, I can teach beginners, and maybe one day I will start a beginners class. But what I try to do is to bring the person that gone through the process of learning the basics, techniques, and then I will take them from there. So anyone that have a certificate, or I have experience in the industry, then I will take them from there because what I found is that there's a lot of persons that is doing beginners class, but no one. So they're teaching you the concept of massage, but no one is teaching you how to do it. And that's what we are trying to do: is breaking it down for you, moving you from just understanding technique to understand the process of your techniques, how techniques works, and all the other things around massage therapy or spa therapy. That's what we do.
So you are essentially the master class, or
Um,
offering the master
Yeah,
class.
I wouldn't call it, it's called a master class, but it's really about helping individuals to really sharpen their tools in terms of becoming better at what they do. So it's really about if you think that you're passionate in what you're doing or passionate in the industry and you need someone to really take you and really help you to become the best at what you do.
Hmm.
That's what we do because we honestly believe therapy or massage is a beautiful flower. It's like a beautiful flower. It's like nature, natural, and everybody's different. So it's how do we help them to just fulfill themselves as being what they want to be and who they want to be as therapists and become the best at what they do.
So when someone comes to you for a massage master class, do you get into detail in terms of like what the actual processes are that they are using in their private practice?
My class, all the classes that we do start with a full assessment. I can't teach you if I don't know what you're doing because the idea is not to bring Steve Andrews to you. It's to help you to be the best that you can be. Remember, I said all of
Hmm.
us is like a beautiful flower.
Yes.
So it's a full assessment of what you do. So when I teach online, I ask someone to send me a video, at least 15 minutes. I want to see how you work, what you're doing. And then I can now make that assessment of where you at and what we have to do to make your correction. A lots of times, a lots of different, it's correction. Some of the time is correction of techniques, the proper execution of technique. Some of the time is that you have to show them proper techniques because of they might misunderstand different techniques and help them to really understand the concept. We will bring because we have a concept we call in about is how we talked earlier in person that doing massage and person that want to do therapy.
Yes.
So if you're doing massage, we will sharpen your tool. We do all the things that we need to do to you to make sure you are the best massage person that you can be. If you want to transfer to therapy, then we will start talking about the elements of therapy and what will help you to move from doing a massage to become a therapist, a massage therapist. So the process is different based on what direction or what road you want to take because not everyone wants to become a therapist because I just want to do massages. Do you really want to understand all the elements and dive into this thing and what it should be? So we will help you to become the best massage person you can be, massage practitioner. But if
Hmm.
you want to be a therapist, then we continue with the process. The elements of therapy, we talk about touch. But the person that doing massage we will introduce the elements of therapy to you as well, but not necessarily we will dive into it and try to teach you what the elements is all about. But because everyone should understand the element, because if you are doing massage, you still need to know what is touch, breath, how important is your breathing, emotional connection, what it is, and then we'll go into energy. This is one of the most misunderstood concept People speak about there's so much person that spends so much time talking about negative energy and blockage, person giving you negative energy and all of that. So those are the things that we teach, and these are the things that we will expose person to. Why is it the concept is not really for us? Because if we are practitioners and we are trying to heal someone, why are we going to have negativity in us? Because you cannot heal if your system is blocked. They have to be pure. Anything blocked can't. Nothing will pass you. So you have to be pure. So your mindset have to be pure. So these are the things that we try to introduce into our
Wow.
classes.
Awesome. And I'm guessing when I'm done going through all of this, I'm increasing my prices at my salon and my spa.
Well, I always said your clients dictate what prices you should pay, because if you charge someone X amount that they don't think it's worth it, then so yeah, it's about understanding therapy, and if you understand therapy, then prices. Because I always say to my students, if you understand what I'm trying to teach you, then you will never. What I'm trying to do is to teach you to get a career. Is not really to hold a job, because as
Right.
long as you have an idea of what I'm teaching you, you will have a job forever, because you will have customers coming and looking for you. You don't have to go and look for customers.
So you will have that customer loyalty.
Yes.
Awesome. You also teach facials?
Well, we teach everything. We teach facials, we teach pedicures, we teach pedicures and manicures. To me, the same structure, same. But if someone wants us to teach manicures, and we expand in the whole in the whole spa industry, because of my exposure to the entire industry in terms of standards, operation, all of those things we can add to your therapy and your clients as well.
Awesome. So, folks, you need to look out. Of course, I'm sure by now you're following us at the Bamboo Retreat, and very soon you can look forward to some training.
Yes, we can look forward to some training in terms of the in massage therapy, skincare, understanding, because what we try to do is to open you up to what it is, and what are some of the things that you can do to help the clients to make your treatments or what you're doing a whole lot better. But also in terms of not just skincare, but in terms of the massage therapy. And you know that we are global now with massage. We go from different countries. We're in Africa, and we'll be heading off to Asia soon to do some classes as well. So it's how do we find it's people that is like-minded, that want to really develop themselves as great therapists. I mean, massage is easy. I keep saying anyone can do it. But if you really want to be a good therapist, the element is important, and we will expose you to the element. We talk about touch, the importance of touch. So much of us do massage and we don't know what is touch. Breathing is so critical. Breathing can help you to on if the pressure is too deep, it control your pressure when you're doing a massage. So if your breath is correct, emotional connection. If you don't understand emotional connection, then your therapy is empty, because you cannot empathize with the clients. So your touch, your emotional connection, and your breath, those three are so beautiful when they get together. So you can touch someone, like you go to get a massage and someone just they just put oil on you and they start rubbing you up, and you jump and you wonder what's happening here, and you panic. But if you understand the concept of touch, emotional connection, and your breathing is right, you touch a person and the person starts sleeping, and you just touch them. So because you're helping them to relax, a sense of comfort, a sense of security, a sense of wow, this massage is going to be beautiful. So these are things that we will help you to develop if you make it into our master classes.
So, are there any prerequisites for persons? You mentioned before that they mustn't be beginners, they must have at least some experience. Do you
Yes.
look at like qualifications that person might have, or you're just interested in if they're actually practicing?
If they are practicing, then we will work with them, because I mean, qualification just tell you yes, um, you have the license to practice or do this, but you might be in an industry. There's some region that there's no license, there's nothing, but you are in a region that you're doing this. So my interest is really the clients. How do we make you better? That the benefit to the clients is important. So we want to make you better. That when you provide a service to a client, they will say, "Wow." And also to develop you as a person, to open up your mind in terms of what are these things that we can add to you as a therapist. And when I come to you, I'm not bringing copybooks. I'm not bringing a book to you and reading from a book. I'm bringing 29 years of experience to you. So all the things I've learned over my time practicing, all the lessons I've learned, all of those I incorporate into my training. So solving problems, we can talk about many different problems because I cannot demonstrate how to solve a problem, but I can give you ideas because no problem is ever similar.
Right.
It's never the same. It might be similar, but it's not the same. So I can give you ideas of how, or we can talk about ideas of how to solve problem, or we can do talk about different things and what are some of the things that you can do, but it giving you the tools that when you come up against a problem, that you have an idea and how to solve that problem. So that's why the training is unique. Is I don't think a lots of person in the world is doing it right now, because I've scanned the globe and looking at what is done, and it's not a lot of person is doing. And that's why I'm offering myself as an instructor, because I think that we all can be better at what we do. Because I spent one of the things I did when I started, I traveled the Caribbean trying to find mentors to teach me, to help me to expand. And it's one of my biggest challenge I had as a therapist, trying to find the right people. But I think I find some of those persons to really help me to open up my mind in terms of what we are doing. And this is why I'm trying to give back to the global society, how I can give back what I've learned over this last years, almost 3 decades, and that will help us as therapists to develop as better therapists globally.
I'm curious about your time in Africa and the training programs that you did there. Can you share some more about that experience? Because Africa is the next frontier. Everyone is now waking up. Of course, you and I are not among that group, but everybody else is now waking up to the beauty, the majesty, the depth, and the breadth of the power of that market.
Well, I think I was more excited about being in Africa than the classes, but one of the things that it allowed me to do is to really get a global picture, or a snapshot is what happening across Africa. But I think that yeah, I think we can add some value to Africa, in terms of not just Africa, globally, because the snapshot is global. I think so much of us focus on technique, but not the execution of the techniques and
Right.
our modality, but don't understand what it takes. And when you become a therapist, modalities go through the window, and it's really about how am I going to solve the problem that come before me, or how can I make this person the best, or remove the most tension of their body in the hour or 2 hours that we're working on them as possible. So it's really about open up eyes, and we had fantastic reviews in Africa. I mean, everybody was excited about the class. Everybody was in shock about what we are bringing to the table, and not just Africa. My classes, when I go to teach, we get that response from my classes. It's like, wow, where are you from? We never heard about you. We don't know this. It's like something new that is now coming to the table. And yeah, so this is what we want to just share to the globe, that therapy is more than rubbing people. It's really a lot more than that. If
That's
you
so awesome to
Yeah.
hear that we from the Caribbean can impact on such a massive global scale. I'm smiling, but I'm feeling really sad inside because this is the last question of our last episode of the Bamboo Experience podcast. We're talking training today, and Steve, tell us about some of the success stories you've had from your training classes.
Well, we have many, many, many success story. I mean, one that Asia Pacific, we did a class, the Asia Pacific Coalition. We did a class with them online, and if you go on their website now, you'll see they still have it up. The only class that they ever did that they have 100% attendance, 5 days of training, and they had 100% attendance because of the impact that we had on that class. Then we had one in Europe. I remember having a class in Europe and was a competition, was a global competition, and they had I think it was 100 countries as a part of that class, and we had a class, and the class was very lots of people were talking, and then I start talking when they introduced me, and I start talking about what I do. Everything just went silent. I thought that they weren't understanding me. I was speaking a different language. I was in French, and someone said, "No, no, no, it's not that we. Your knowledge is so great that we just all just silence, just want to hear so much more." And I went on half an hour talking to myself. Nobody asking question. Everybody was like, so it's that kind of impact. And as I said, going to Asia, Africa is the same impact. Walk into a class, and everybody comes. I remember going to train by this was the number one spa in number one hotel in Rwanda, and all the therapists came out. The Serena therapists came out. So we should not call that name. All the therapists came out, and they were like, okay. So you know when people are good or they think they're good, the boast of it. And when I started teaching, everybody was looking at me strange. It's like, what are you doing? Who are you? So, because the idea is that so much person teach from the book,
Yeah.
so much person teach the basics, so much person teach um, the how to do a routine. I have moved beyond that, and I'm allowing you now to start thinking about what you're doing. Start being in control in what you're doing. You can use, they call it how do you incorporate all of these things and bring it to your therapy, and that's why it's such a powerful powerful response that we have globally. So I have never walked away from a class where I felt that damn, I did not achieve anything. Is that, and most of the class I teach, I have therapists that call me and send me videos that, Steve, oh, all of these people now is telling me I'm so much better. I mean, I teach a class in Rwanda. I remember that class, and the young lady called me up and she said, my boss made back the money that he spent. He spent. I'm saying, she said, this guy came in and this guy mind, he was just blown. His mind was just blown, and he bring all of his staff. He sent all of his staff. She
Oh,
said I was
wow.
so tired working. That was the first week that I left her. So you get those kind of feedback continue on the class. And right here in Barbados, I did a class here in Barbados, and a young lady, a colleague of mine called me up and said, oh, this girl came and she said she did this class with you, but she have to learn more about massages because of what I teach in my class. She said it was like mind blowing, so she came and do a class with me. So you have the impact that you are now inspiring people to want to do it because she was the boss and she just came with her staff, but then she wants to learn after that. So it's really inspiring that when you sit down and have this conversation with person that you train, it's just like, wow, I think I'm doing something that really impacted people, and that's just all about it. It's not about me really. It's about the impact I have on, because therapy, massage was really good to me, or spa was good to me. It allowed me to travel the world. It allowed me to see there's so many different things. So I think that we should share it. And before it goes, one thing I believe, when you talk about eternal life, or everlasting life, to me, the way I see it, if I can teach other person, is like putting a little bit of me in each person, so I continue to live in them, and they will teach someone else, and that person also teach someone else. So to me, that's all everlasting, the concept of everlasting life. So
That's absolutely awesome. And for me personally, that's the acid test of a leader. A leader should birth other leaders. If you're a leader and you're not creating other leaders, then you're doing something wrong. And to the point that you've made, I think to sum up everything in this episode on training, continuous education. For those of you in the spa and wellness sector looking for continuous education opportunities at the very highest level, the masterclass level, Steve Andrews is your guru. He is your guy. And we hope that we will see you signing up when we release the details and the dates around the upcoming training classes for you to build out your skills. Thank you so much, Steve,
It's
for
a
the
pleasure,
honor
and I
being in
really
this space.
I did enjoy the series, and I think it was a fantastic. It gave me opportunity to share with persons what we do and how we do it, and why we are so unique in what we do. And it's not that we are saying, but we are special. We are not. What we are saying is that we search and we search to find the best concept and the best ideas, because the most important thing in the world is our customers, because
Yes.
without our customers we are no one, we are nothing. So we are doing all of what we are doing just for our customers and for all the different service, your time, my person behind the camera time. We just want to say thanks, guys, and we really look forward to this series, and I hope we can impact some life or change some life in this series as well.
I am sure. And for those of you who are curious, make the booking and come down and explore. This is one of the most unique spa facilities anywhere in the world. You have your sauna, your hot tub, your pool. You can get your body scrubs, your body wraps, your massages, facials, manicures, pedicures, you name it. They're all available here at the beautiful, breathtaking oasis, as I love to say. That is the Bamboo Retreat. Thank you for tuning in.
Namaste.